Hi, I'm Bob Fletcher, your Ramsey County Sheriff. I'm coming to you live from the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. Starting soon, we're launching a series of Facebook Live events. I'm inviting you to see firsthand what's happening on the streets of Ramsey County and to share the work of our office. From the jail to the courts to the waterways and on the streets, we'll talk with you about community safety and much more. And we'll have an honest conversation about the increase in crime and what we can do about it. Hope to see you soon, and please share this video invitation with your friends. Have a great day. There we go.
We're live.
We're live, and we'll just watch to see how the viewers stack up there and make sure I'm, I don't know.
So when you're on patrol, what do you do?
I just run in on calls.
Okay.
You know, I'm just going to make sure that...
You just covering Ramsey County Sheriff calls, or just what?
No, I go where the activity is.
Okay.
You know, and most of that activity is in St. Paul,
right,
obviously. So we're getting, people are starting to log on. So, for those of you who are logging on, we have some interest from Pioneer Press newspaper, and they were interested in how the technology works. So right now they're taking pictures of the phone with some of your comments. Feel free to
keep it PG.
Throw some comments to the Pioneer Press. I still call them Pioneer Press, although apparently it's, by everybody else's account, it's Twin City Live now. Or TwinCity.com.
I say Pioneer Press.
Yeah. Remember, there used to be the Dispatch too.
Yeah, that was the morning paper. That was the afternoon paper.
The afternoon paper. Used to be two separate papers: St. Paul Pioneer Press and the St. Paul Dispatch. And
something about a mail switching her, and then we're unable to do it
in the 70s and 80s. So we've had a couple carjackings here. Well, one carjacking with a silver Silverado that we're looking for, and then we got another car that one of our frequent carjackings and robbers is in a white Pontiac Charlie Bravo X-ray 534. It's a 2009 white Pontiac. We'll be looking for him today. Fled from the police here fled from the police a little while ago. So, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your interest. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we're off.
Number 24 on a top vehicle.
Off at the state capitol. Been actually relatively busy here this afternoon for the last hour. So I'm going to work solo for a little bit, and then later on I'm going to pick up a guest rider. Up behind the Capitol right now. Actually, I don't know if you've been in the new Senate office building, but did a very nice job on the new building. It's Bethesda Hospital, and actually Bethesda was one of the COVID hospitals here that ramped up to service all the intensive care people.
44, 45 clear west.
There's another shot of the backside of the Capitol, actually. And here's the new Minnesota Senate building around the back side of it. But gorgeous building. We're going to head down University Avenue. Got a lot of requests to hit some more on Maryland Avenue tonight.
271. Cleared you away with 612.
1717.
One of my favorite banks, Affinity National Credit Union.
8290.
Now, for those of you that are
2050 Silver Lake at Spectacle Shop for an alarm that covers vintage door. Unknown if it's audible or silent.
For those of you that are new, just a little quick orientation. I know it's redundant for many of you, but there's 6 frequencies that, 6 frequencies. There's a guy waving to me. He says he's monitoring it. Bryce and Sherburne. 6 frequencies, 3 in St. Paul. Channel 1 is the Western District, which is essentially Western. And everything west of that. Channel 2 is Central, which is the Rice Street corridor and the west side and downtown. And Channel 3 is the east side of St. Paul. So we try to stay on the frequency that we're in, but we scan the other ones. So if
2268, 2364, it looks like there might be a dog there that's waiting.
Like right now, you're hearing the radio from the suburbs, but that's because there's no transmission at the moment on Channel 2 in St. Paul. And then the suburban areas have 3 frequencies as well. So the Western District is New Brighton, Mounds View, Roseville. Central is the Sheriff's Office that patrols the central area. And then the east is Maplewood, North St. Paul, and White Bear Lake. A lot of times those channels are merged because they may not need a channel for each individual area. So we're going up Rice Street right now. A little different to be out here when it's daylight. This is the Sheriff's Office substation here at the corner of Rice and Sycamore, where we do community outreach into different diverse cultures and also try to make sure that we keep crime suppressed on Payne Avenue. It's been a little different with COVID, but we try to get out on the bikes. We have electric bikes that the deputies use.
Negative.
To keep Rice Street safe. Now there was some shots fired here just on Winnipeg here recently. It's gonna roll down Winnipeg, Winnipeg and Manitoba. Not too busy right here, but this is normally, and as the sun goes down, this will be one of our busier areas again tonight. We haven't shot the video much during the daylight hours, so I'm hoping it looks good. They did recover a casing here on Manitoba the other day. Saw a bunch of cars squealing away. We're very lucky that more people don't actually get physically shot. So, coming westbound of Manitoba up on Rice Street.
366.
366.
And there's Bourne's Bar, of course.
I'll take White. I can advise if I need assistance.
Copy. 1720.
So again, all the air traffic that you're hearing is on the main channels, and frankly, if you had a scanner of your own, you can monitor it. It's all technically in the public domain. So anything you hear, we're not. There are some departments going to encryption. Hennepin County is doing that now. Minneapolis is not, but Ramsey County has no plans to go to encryption. There's probably 8,000 to 9,000 members on the police and fire scanner page. I'm sure they would be disappointed. And while it might be an insurrection, even more importantly is that people have a right to know what's going on. It's the best, most reliable information is, the calls that you're hearing on the radio.
29.
876.
876.
We could have the CN over the air, and then we'll be clear. Advise.
876. Your CN is 166-338.
Thank you.
Location for this man down.
So I have extra radios in here. I actually have, besides this car radio that you're listening to, I have 3 pack sets.
172.
And
175.
you know, depending on the time, one pack set is scanning all the St. Paul frequencies, and one is scanning the suburban frequencies.
867 Hague, apartment number 1. Requested a welfare check on their daughter. Had sent a message this morning saying that she needed help. Has a history of physical abuse with a boyfriend.
Then the last one sometimes I use for
37-year-old black male, 5'9", athletic build.
State Patrol, Minneapolis. You know, we have a common border with Minneapolis, so let's hopefully we can sneak. Yeah, that wasn't too good of an idea.
1723.
State Patrol and the Minneapolis have some common areas. Metropolitan Transit too, that people that help patrol our transit routes. I just got a little. So we're westbound on Maryland. It's kind of nice to be able to see something here in the daylight.
Spot 273.
273.
Can you start towards 150 Case Avenue to assist 684 with their unoccupied St. Paul stolen?
I'm going to make a call here to one of our analysts.
Copy.
Call Emmerich.
There were 0 contacts with. There is no work number for Emmerich. Would you like to call their other number?
Yes.
Copy.
Emmerich stands for East Metro Real-Time Information Center.
Calling Emmerich other. To end the call, press the phone hang-up button on the steering wheel.
So that's how I have it coded into my phone. Our analysts work every night live from 4 to 2 to be able to help us. She's probably shy.
Maybe 297, right?
1725.
Call Kelly Emmerich.
Calling Kelly Emmerich.
If we get any more calls, he's a private investigator. You can clear me a system.
Spot 929.
Scratch, 532.
Hello?
Hey Kelly, it's Bob, but just also you're on live on Facebook. Hey,
Oh, hi, Facebook people.
Hey, protest on 94. Tell me what we got. Do you know what group that is?
I do not. I'm still trying to find the information. The only view that we can see anything is on from the camera here on top of the building, and it's back behind it. So, but it's all backed up.
The doors notice was unlocked.
But anyhow, the State Patrol advised you that there's a protest on 94. Are they shutting down the freeway then, or what's the plan?
Well, it looks like they're blocking. St. Paul's blocking the exits around here, so no one can get off. You know,
There's
you
one
can't
back
get off.
All right. Hey,
But that's all I know. Yeah, I haven't been able to find anything yet.
send me anything you find. Thanks.
I will.
Thank you. Say goodbye to
Yeah.
say goodbye to your Facebook friends.
Or just recent. Perfect. Say I can if you don't have anyone.
So we're southbound on Dale Street.
188.
Just had a notice at the beginning of the shift that there's a
188.
big protest down on 94
Can you
Hamlin.
put us on they call off, Roy?
I think it's completely peaceful, but
I believe it's the DOC.
if you're driving in that area, just be...
Roy.
Copy 425 Roy at 1727.
And caller has been drinking. Unknown if they're going to be.
Yeah, for those of you who knew, this was my original district down here. It was the old ep.1 precinct. Dale and University, Dale, Minnehaha.
366.
Toner's Bar and Grill there up on Minnehaha and Dale.
Delay, thank you.
1720.
Down here in the corner was the Belmont,
This will be advised.
the Flick Theater, the Faust Theater.
DOC on pain.
Years ago, that's
Familiar with that party?
there's a lot of prevalent prostitution on Dale and
Need
University.
additional with 378 and 1528.
Christian Washington. All Ramsey County felony warrants. He's on the light rail right now. We're going to have to make contact here.
Alright.
I copy. You're telling me to make contact with the Christian Washington who has 4 Ramsey County felony warrants and the parties on the light rail. Do you need the air?
Here. Or the train.
Copy. Are you still near 5th and Sibley then?
Well, we're actually more on, we're on the 4th and Sibley here. On the light rail platform.
Copy.
So it's Metro Transit is trying to arrest a party that's on the train downtown at 5th and Sibley.
6 arriving.
If it was up here, we'd
1729.
somewhere on Uni, we'd certainly run in on the call. But we're out here on University Avenue. This Hickory Hut used to be the Clark's Submarine Sandwich. I don't know if any of you remember that. Don Evans and I forget Clark's full name, started that original sandwich shop there before the Subway. It was awesome business. I don't know if anybody knows Donnie Evans, but he
2201.
used to jog around Como when I was working midnights. I'd run into him all the time.
So I can try logging back on.
Versus
532, speak on.
532, you cut up. 279, I'm just down the block. Send me that. Copy.
7-1 divert.
Something like a little problem down there on
612, get some of that.
Copy.
Where are you guys?
Middle train.
just keep the air clear to make sure they're okay.
279, I'm down here. Where are they?
537, they're on the train car, right where you guys parked your squad. See if Metro Train's got anybody in the area.
Copy.
32, we're code 41 in custody.
Copy. Code 41 in custody.
Now that is a good sound when you hear somebody yell code 4. That means everything's calm.
All right, sounds good, thank you.
1 in custody.
You're welcome. 1731.
That code 4 tells you that they've got handcuffs on them. There's no resistance at that point and no need for backup.
checking channel 3 for anybody from Coast.
Sometimes you're going to hear,
279.
we're code 4 for now. It means it could go down here.
Code 4 here. No, we have squad can slow. This man's in custody. Copy. Code 4. Other squads can slow.
Now that transmission is on St. Paul's Channel 2. Now we're out in the 1 district in the west, so we're going to make sure we monitor number 1 primarily. It's not unusual for officers to have two radios on at the same time to cover some different frequencies.
Any available coast units?
Coast is a unit that
Negative response, 1732.
can respond to mental health issues. And it's a great concept
699.
pairing up some police officers with people that have expertise.
8296.
There are so much of our problems out here are
699.
mental health related.
The vehicle's moved. You can show clear.
Chemical addiction related is
Copy.
the other common denominator.
1732. Is there a squad with any leg restraints?
5-3 is logged in, working something downtown at 4th and Sibley. I can check when they're clear.
Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you, though.
Welcome to 1733.
Copy. I'm putting in some candles quick and then we'll head over there.
Copy to 4th and Sibley.
Good.
PPV 1582 cottage.
$1733.
I'm going to make a phone call
174.
to one of our Somali liaisons.
174.
A crime damage complaint occurred at 643 Sherburne. Caller says that a friend named Kaylee ran into his car on
He's
purpose.
been working with the
Left eastbound on foot.
Somali and Oromo community on some of the Oromo protests against the Ethiopian government's treatment of the Oromo. If you ever happen to open a map of East Africa, you'll see that
Copy, thank you.
Ethiopia and Somalia are, close to each other, abut each other, and there's a land in between there
Squad 207.
that called the Ogaden region of Ethiopia that.
Still have this AMA intending.
Hang on one second. Hello.
Hey Bob, it's Jamie over at Healthy. How
Hey,
are ya?
Jamie, good. Can I call you back? I'm in the middle of another thing. Can I give you a ring?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah, you never know if that's an important call. So, but anyhow, the Oromo are one ethnicity of Ethiopia. Some people would refer to them as a tribe, but they have a large percentage of southern Ethiopia that they occupy, and then the Somalis actually have a big part of Ethiopia as well. And actually, back in the 70s and 80s, Ethiopia and Somalia had two wars to fight over the control of what's called the Ogaden region. And so some of those hurt feelings and problems are still here. So we've had a number of protests in the Oromo community here about the way the Ethiopian government, and there was a death of one of the Oromo leaders. So I'm just down here at St. Anthony and Hamlin, just take a peek, see if we can find if the roads are blocked off or not. Might be kind of interesting. Well, it looks like it's all cleared up now. But blocking 94 has been becoming pretty standard in protest techniques, and actually it's very inconvenient for the people on the highway, but in the light of some of the people that end up vandalizing things, from our perspective, we know that at least our property is going to be safe because there isn't anything to vandalize. Yeah, every protest has a small percentage of people that like to take it to a new level. Back to Lexington. You know, I mentioned that in fighting crime, it's a three-pronged approach: prevention, intervention, and suppression. And, you know, clearly some of the most violent leaders in these groups need to go to jail, but a lot of these kids that are searching for some socialization, you know, their hearts, souls, and minds can be won if we do the right thing on prevention plans. So I'm going to post on Facebook a GoFundMe request sometime in the next 24 hours for a guy that's Demontria Davis. You can check it out on my wife's Facebook page. I haven't posted it yet, but he does an awesome job at helping kids play basketball and learn social skills and some structure, and just been one of the heroes of our community. So he's taking a group to the championships. His teams are so great, they're always in the championships, but it's out of town and they need to raise some money to actually bring them to their basketball. And so when I post that, just be aware it's one of those programs that helps us make a difference. And the other one is Mickey Frost. So that arrest, by the way, that arrest downtown, they're asking for the deputies from the jail to meet them. But this on the right here is the Truth Center that Mickey Frost runs. He's taking another group of kids on a field trip to Washington, D.C. So there's a lot of things going on, but honestly, there's not a lot of funding for any of these programs, especially during COVID.
531 around to the LEC.
1739.
We're at Lex and Selby. We're gonna east on Selby. East on Selby.
Copy, copy.
1739.
Being around to the LEC as well.
Copy.
A lot of good outreach work here. In the old days, David Pettiford lived right up here, had an office up here, did some great work. Melvin Carter Jr., the mayor's dad. The mayor's dad ran a program up here, SOS, and actually I worked with the mayor's dad in 1977, 78. He was one of my trainers. Trained me in over on the east side.
534.
And very nice man, good heart.
I'm code 4 out here with Dwayne. You can cancel the other car. I'll take care of it.
279, you can clear.
You know, the other group that's doing some great work with kids is the Santa Foundation, and you know, unbelievable the outreach that they have. Corner here by Jay Selby's.
Copy.
Yeah, as the night goes on, we'll stop and visit with people. I like to make a tour, kind of get the feel on the ground as to who's out and what's going on.
We're the 4th and Sibley call. Can you put us on a detail and location 4th and Sibley?
Copy.
Fort 532.
532.
Morning Star Missionary Baptist Church.
Unassigned us, so we gotta log in with the correct squad number.
laundry doctor. It's
Did I copy advice on the welfare check?
dry
United
cleaning and
Hospital for a
laundry. Been there
16-year-old who left
for
the
years.
hospital 7 minutes ago who was suicidal earlier at 1742.
160, I see a message.
Received.
One nice thing about a little earlier, you can see stuff a little better. I don't know, for those of you that haven't been down to Selby, it's
337.
been some great remodeling over the years.
We're code 4.
I mentioned before, George Latimer really deserves
1742.
credit for his efforts to remodel this area.
Five 3 on 1 through ETA to the LAC.
I am going to do sort of a special on the homelessness situation at some point. And let-
550, we're pulling up now.
I think the community needs to let our leaders know that we expect a little more.
453, could I have 262 to 4, please?
It's a nationwide problem, of course, but we're better than we are. We should be better than we are here in Minnesota. You know, it's one thing in July and August to be having hundreds of people living in tents out here, but it's another thing to have that continue on through the winter time. We ought to be able to find some type of location structure that we can assure people are going to have warmth. We know where they're going to be. We can provide some level of safety and food as well. And we're not on path for that. I have to tell you, I'm part of a lot of discussions, and I'm just continually amazed at the finger pointing that goes on between state, county, and city officials as to whose job is what. And it probably, I mean, you could anybody could seize leadership and just say this is where we're going. You know, I'm confident that a strong leader could solve the problem, find the money. The money is out there right now, but it's arguing over whose responsibility and whose money it is that causes the problem. So I'm going to drive down a little bit. I know, those of you that were with me the other night, you know that we took a little tour when it was dark. We did get Teresa a tent.
You put me on a PPV
and
in your
some
951 payment.
other amenities so that she wasn't forced to sleep with somebody else. And that, of course, is one of the huge problems with the homeless situation is women become victimized. And but even without that component, which of course is the most horrific piece of the puzzle, there's generally no place to use a bathroom, no clean water to get showered, not even water, period. And it's not a complex. I don't know if you noticed, in Seattle they started building mini houses, give people their own small structure. It's small, but and they have joint facilities then for showers. But I know you could put together groups that could help build those houses in a heartbeat. And you'd have to put it somewhere that the public could accept the fact that we're going to help people have some housing. But actually the Seattle City Council 2 days ago recommended cutting the homeless outreach efforts of the Seattle Police Department. If you haven't watched what's been going on in Seattle, I mean, they tried to, some advocates wanted to cut them by 50%. Some wanted to cut them by 15%. They ended up cutting him by about 4%, and then they cut the chief's salary because the chief was being pretty direct about how we need to deal with the protests. Cut her salary by 40%. She resigned. But
I copied around to the welfare check / area check 12th and Jackson.
These are the kind of stories playing out around the country.
Caged inside. I've got state checking as well.
The debate isn't unlike what's happening in Minneapolis, but when they start cutting homeless outreach just for the sake of cutting, then
I'd expect my way to 340-seater. Got a 70-year-old male with
we'll start by touring through here a little bit. It's a tough life down here, and I gotta tell you, spending 45 minutes alone here changes your perspective. What's going on? Hey, by the way, if you haven't shared this video, I mean, a lot of people don't get notified. If you wouldn't mind, just, I know it's been a little quiet so far. Of course, it's going to pick up. If you wouldn't mind sharing this video with your friends, and the number to call if you want to text me is 651-448-3810. 448-3810. 651-448-3810. So, but love to have you share with other people. We get a lot of people said make sure we're notified. So, but we don't. I can't approve all the friend requests, so they are notified. I guess we just started allowing people to follow, but the best way is if you can share. So here we're at Old Kellogg and 35, and there is a walking path. You saw some people walking. So you can count the tents there. If I'm counting, oh, it's going way down there, but yeah, I don't know. There's another 25 tents to our right. 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's the freeway entrance ramp right there. 32, 33, 34. I'd like to come down and let people know that we're here to provide a level of safety. How's it going tonight? Good. How was that rain? The rain?
Well, my tent is, I have a bunch of carpools in, so, you know, I mean...
Well, which one's yours? Is that a fourplex you got going there?
No, that's just, well, we have our, like, own little security because people have been...
Right.
Being really weird, but I use that as, like, a little watch security. I got my storage, you know...
That's cool.
Mine, and that's just neighbors that she always gets her tent broken into, so
what?
I've been watching it.
Well, that's kind of now. When you say we have crime issues or security issues? What's the biggest problem down here?
Like a lot of people just be creeping around, mainly in the woods. You know, trying to break in the tent, steal people's stuff. There's been a couple reports of women. Being stalked outside their tents.
I heard that. Yeah, that's never acceptable. I just, do they call the police when they get attacked, the women, or do they?
Yeah.
Do they? Okay. I mean, it's great that you're supporting them.
Yeah, I don't
What's your first name?
Eric.
Eric, where are you from originally?
St. Paul.
St. Paul. Did you go to high school here or school?
Just Como.
Como? Oh, did you know Roy?
Como.
Did you know Roy Magnuson? He was a teacher there, social studies teacher. Roy Magnuson. He coached football too. Football.
I was a basketball player.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vern Simmons was a friend of mine. He coached basketball at Johnson. They were pretty good back then. Did you know? Yeah.
Yeah, my dad went to Johnson. He was a wrestler.
Oh, he was?
Couldn't do it. He tried to get me into wrestling. As soon as I put on that outfit, all right, have a good one. After I put on that outfit, I was like, can't do it.
Yeah. Well, I actually ended up wrestling. I was a hockey player. But then the football coach said wrestling would be better for you. He talked me into wrestling. I regretted it my whole life. Huh?
Football coaches do that.
Yeah, they don't want... They're afraid that you're going to... How's it going?
Hi.
How are you? What's that? A little kitty?
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, thank you. Nice for visiting. Thanks a lot. You guys seen Teresa at all? You know Teresa? She down here? If you, Teresa, she was down here. We helped her get a tent last week. Yeah. All right. Hey, you guys, take care.
You're not too old. I don't know why they think you guys are old. Nice vehicle.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
Are they nice? Can I look?
Yeah, there ain't much to it. Well, you got 5 tents over there now, or what? That's nice of you. Who's like in charge? Does somebody the head of security? I mean, is there informal security? Is somebody kind of in charge of keeping the peace down here? Everybody. You guys usually walk down to Dorothy Day to eat, or to, I know we.
They feed us.
Yeah, we deliver some food. Do you?
I go to food shelf.
Food shelf. Which food shelf do you go to? Oh, you do. Smart. That's good. All right. Well, what's your plan before winter?
Well, hopefully we get into college, you know, and we come to college when we get in the apartment. I was doing the tent last winter.
Yeah.
I had Mr. Buddy heater and a big old propane tank in my tent. I was in my tent in the middle of winter in my boxers.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you don't have to spend another winter in the tent. Hey, thanks for smiling and thanks for talking. You guys, see you later. What's the kitty's name?
Loki.
Loki? Like the movie? Like the Avengers Loki?
Yeah.
The Avengers Loki. I like it. So obviously there's more and more tents. It's getting a little colder. They're getting more tarps on top here. Yeah, if you send your information to that number 651-448-3810, we have a team of people that help the homeless. We can certainly arrange for you to drop some stuff off. It's not impossible just to come down here by yourself during the daylight. It's relatively safe, but we'd be glad to pick that stuff up.
I believe it's actually 9:54.
Okay. Back downtown. A couple other spots. There's about 8 spots that have become, large locations for the homeless. You saw there. I mean, that's probably the largest that we have. And then Shepherd Road and Warner Road down below it's growing so fast, an equal number of tents. Anyhow, I want you to imagine what it's going to be like in winter. That blowing wind, that fence that they built that's along the freeway. And when the wind comes through there, the other day when I was there, it's just unbelievable how much that blows. And the blowing snow can be. So I honestly don't. I mean, if I was in charge of this project, I'd find 1 or 2 buildings that are located in an area that they can get to some resources, or find some space and build a significant structure of some sort. When I'm talking about a tent structure, at least where people can have safety, security from the wind, and allow them to have some semi-heated space. It has to be, with all the money that's coming in right now, it has to be doable. Kellogg Park down here is another place that has become very prevalent. The city was thinking about making this an official location and then decided not to. They're always struggling. Do you ask people to move? Do you not? So there's a few tents over there to the right. Like I said before we go down there, if you don't mind sharing this so people know how to find the link, that would be awesome. The whole goal here is to let you see what's happening in the community so you have some first-hand information, but also let you see how officers handle the calls, the types of calls they have to handle, and get to see it through their eyes that, they're not often having to use force to apprehend people. It does happen, but there's just many different tools in their tool belt. So here's the tent encampment to our right here. Probably can't see it. Run down on Shepherd Road, and a lot of these tents are on the lower landing, so you can't really see them. Every spring we get some flooding down here, and my dad, as I mentioned, my dad worked for the Corps of Engineers in this building right next here, and so it didn't really threaten
4495 clear court.
Didn't really threaten people's livelihood, but we're always building dikes down here to protect what we can.
Report Central.
If you go look at some of these bridges, you'll be able to see how high the water was in the past. The sheriff's office boat does patrol Mississippi River, and so we're constantly on the water patrolling. We lost 2 people on the river this year. I think I mentioned that earlier, and that got swept away with the currents. One was a child. The river can be obviously a dangerous place, but it's a beautiful place too. Hidden Falls, Crosby Lake, just gorgeous.
Is there a squad able to break to 1305 Prosperity for an alarm? Per the video, 3 juveniles in.
Across the river there, you can't maybe see it, but it says 1965. That's one of the highest flood marks. And the levee is built for like 2 to 3 feet above that mark on the other side, but it still flows up here. So Shepherd Road, a beautiful running park. Just gonna see this is one of our encampments down here. This one's been growing lately, but right now it's not too big. But ten to 12 tents down here. Probably grow
4334.
Grow in size as the year this goes on.
524.
So we're on Warner Road. We haven't been down here in our tours yet.
Medics with 538 and 279.
Sometime tonight I might take you on the railroad tracks. I think I might try to do that in a little bit here and show you.
And an update that the juveniles left out door number 12.
Show you what's behind all the roads in St. Paul. Mounds Park.
You just been on scene, but you can cancel the female effect.
Bluff's right there, right ahead of us.
You can send me a 240.
The barges bringing resources up and down the river.
640, do you have a description?
240 for male yelling and swearing in the alley behind the building. 58, are you able to back?
En route. Copy, thanks.
You're welcome, 1802.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The train industry, of course, was key to St. Paul's development. I mean, there's 2 driving forces, of course, the river, the location of the river, and the development of Fort Snelling during the early trading years. St. Paul was originally known as Pig's Eye, after a gentleman named Pig's Eye Perrant, and they eventually obviously named it
524, both squads are
after St. Paul, but could have just as well ended up being called Pig's Eye Perrant.
Should be on scene.
I think we're probably lucky they chose St. Paul.
1803.
But obviously the early traders were using Fort Snelling, using the river. Fort Snelling is at the junction of the Minnesota and the Mississippi River, provided some safety here. And then later on, Mr. Hill, James Hill, started building railroads that would connect St. Paul to the rest of the world, the rest of the country. The shipping along the railroad and the barges on the river drove a lot of our industry. And of course, in time,
It's going to start to 198 Oak Grove.
cars were developed and semis were developed. But you'll see this train on the right here.
44, Savannah, could you do the same for me, please? Thank you.
Will do. Have a good day, 1803.
This track here, we're gonna drive down on that track and show you some of the underbelly of the city. You never know that you can actually drive on a railroad track, alongside a railroad track, from downtown St. Paul all the way to downtown Minneapolis without really hitting a stop sign, because they go underneath the bridges that the city's built on. So coming back in on Warner Road into downtown St. Paul.
You generate a CPD at Raspberry Island.
You can kind of see Galtier Plaza there ahead of us in the distance, and the First National Bank. Galtier Plaza used to have a movie theater there when it first opened. In the 90s, in the late 90s. It's our last downtown movie theater. Of course, there were several others in the
175.
Along
175.
Wabasha back
Clarify and send us opinion.
in the 70s. So we'll go up Sibley. We're getting off on Sibley, gonna go up by Mears Park. Again, we're gonna go right by the Union Depot.
1243 Edmond. In the alley, walking through people's yards, male and female arguing. Female saying that the male hit her and is harassing her. Boy, female, yellow shirt. Black male, red shirt, red hat. Sounds like it's related to that 911 hang up at 1240 Thomas with an open line. Someone crying in the background.
Copy and route.
1806.
We're gonna head back to the office. We're gonna pick up our rider. Pat Scott's gonna join us again here in 10 minutes. I know.
Information to Central Squad on a motor vehicle theft that was taken in the last 15 minutes from St. Paul Children's Hospital. There's a license, Mike Kilo, uniform 019, that's Comexa Green, accurate MDX 1806.
Mike Kilo uniform 019, a green Acura, was just taken from Children's Hospital. I'm not very good at the car models, but I'm probably pretty good at the color. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Yes, sir. I'm live right now, so yeah. I'll make it work. Bye.
684.
684.
Can you show me en route to the impound lot with the key?
Starting to rain. I thought it was going to clear up for the night here. Ooh, getting cool out there too. Certainly one of the cooler evenings we've had.
188, what's your 20?
So right now on the CAD, remember CAD stands for Computer Aided Dispatch.
188.
And
188.
161 is looking for an ETA.
We're at Lex and Thomas now.
on the CAD, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. There's 14 calls stacked up in there, and granted, they may not be the most serious calls, but 14 calls of people calling. There's a hit and run accident, two hit and run accidents that people are calling, and squads are not available to go out. There's a criminal damage to property, someone calling on a drunk person, 2 stolen cars, motor vehicle thefts. People had their cars stolen, and there's no squad available to go out and take those. There's a theft report, a suspicious activity, some recovered property. But just to let you know, I mean, a lot of officers' time is writing reports. They have to write detailed reports, and it does take some time.
You can clear medics.
So they're out right now on a
Is that clear them from the scene or clear them in?
variety of calls, and of course, if a serious call comes up, then those other calls just hold. So when I stop here, I'm just going to give you an idea of how long calls penned. But
5453, can you clarify, are they cleared in or are their services no longer needed?
when your car gets stolen, you'd like to
You can
think
clear
that
them. We do not need them.
we're going to get there in
Copy.
timely fashion so that we have a higher likelihood of catching it before the car is damaged or gone. So
Back at St. Paul, yeah, clear the call. And 2415 is clear as well.
Copy.
2401 is Commander Eric Brott from our water patrol unit. He's either on White Bear Lake or the river usually. And last week we had a crash where some kids on a Sea Ray, 18.5-foot Sea Ray, struck a woman that was on a small whaler boat, helping with the sailing, the White Bear sailing. So you know, we've had, as you heard Jeremy Bolin talk last week, we've had more water related rescues. Part of it is that there's been more people out on the lake.
Your CN for Florence was 166366.
More people out on the lake.
Copy, thank you. You're welcome.
Just because COVID has closed so many things down.
Copy, and are you put for?
Yeah.
Copy, thanks. 1811.
So, there's Pat Scott right over there. There he is.
$286. You can send those Sierra motor vehicle theft from the area.
I copy and route to Children's Hospital for the motor vehicle theft report at 1812.
It's good to have a partner. a little safer as we go on here.
Thank you.
You're welcome, 1812.
Pat's gonna jump in the car. I'm gonna run in and use the restroom real quick. It won't be but a minute. We're right by the back door, and then we'll be on our way again. So stand by to stand by. Since it's raining, I'm gonna wait. Definitely starting to rain here, a little downburst.
Squad 286, I'm not sure if you copied this update, but it appears your vehicle.
What's going on, Pat Scott?
Sure.
How's it going?
I'm good.
After you get in, I'm going to have you say hi to the viewers. I'm going to go run and use the restroom here.
Okay. One sec here.
Yep. It's starting to rain.
Yeah. My rain jacket back?
It is. It is.
Wonderful.
He got hold of the line and there, just want to make sure that the party was okay.
Need yours?
No, I'm good. Hop in.
And 286,
I'm-
you guys are good to go.
I'm counting on it only being a sun shower there, Pat. So,
Well, when that happens,
yeah.
my experience has been it gets busy if it's just a brief sun shower.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm going to use a little leverage. I'm going to run in and use the restroom. And
I'll be right here.
feel free to visit. Tell them.
All right.
Tell them what you know.
Well, I was just talking about if it's just a brief rain shower, it often gets busy, which reminds me of when I was working with Bill Gillette, who I graduated from the academy with. We were in the academy from 79 to 80. And we were working together, maybe a year later. And it was raining real lightly. And I'd been a policeman in Texas before, and I told him that it was my experience that if there was just a real light rain and it stopped, that it invariably got busy. Within about 30 seconds of those words coming out of my mouth, the rain stopped, and we got an alarm call up in the industrial area off of Wabash, basically way out towards the city limits off of University Avenue. Well, we pulled up to the alarm call, and as we pulled up, some longtime career burglar came crashing out the window and basically into our arms. And that was a little memorable arrest for Bill Gillette and I. I hope this is just a short rain shower here. I see the sun poking out to the west, but it is coming down pretty hard right now. I wasn't able to listen at all before I got in, so I have no idea how busy it has been since before I got here.
It's a little more than a sun shower.
Hey, that's a bit more. I was just talking about that.
Yeah. This is why it's good to have a partner, because if you have to get out, your partner will volunteer. All right, we are going to go over to the east side now for a while. Go up Maryland.
2316, you call from the building.
And look for that stolen that I was talking about that's out there roaming around. So just a reminder, we got one of our gang members that white Pontiac 2009.
Stolen from Tom's EBT card from a friend who lives in the building next
Charlie
door.
X-Ray Bravo 534. The St. Paul cars lost them earlier today. And you know, I know actually we have had a few gang members posting on here. We know they're listening, so if you guys are listening, everybody's looking for you. And
Happy 443 Fillmore and your code 40.
If you want to make an appearance on camera, you could come surrender to us.
yeah, surrender. That would be good.
Do the right thing. Give yourself up for your crime.
I'm just going to take a look at these pending calls real quick. I know some people have been texting me to say how long do they have to wait for their calls. So, like the hit and runs, there's an example. One of them was called in. Well, the elapsed time is, see, one is, I can't get this to go over further. A little technological issues here.
We are at 1582 Cottage on Fall Over.
It's got to hit the buttons harder, I guess.
I guess this rain is supposed to stop here fairly soon. And I just remembered I was supposed to bring you some egg rolls, and I forgot them at home.
That's all right.
I got a friend of mine's going to be mad at me.
So here we just, I have to open up this whole call rather than just hope we could have it, but it's weird. Pat and I aren't the experts with this CAD, but so that one fortunately just came in 10 minutes ago.
179.
One's been here in the queue for an hour.
Can you send me 164's call? I'll call the other party from the bathroom.
527, accident hit and run. It's been in hold. Someone's been waiting for squad to respond. I'm not going to mention which cities, it really doesn't matter. See, here's a stranger at the address refusing to leave. Just knocking on the door, just suspicious
Information
stranger.
from Squad Central and Western Titan Council
Call like that,
Information 1820.
you know, that's in the queue. It's probably for 15 minutes, but I don't know how long that'll stay in the queue. It'd be nice to get that dispatched.
383.
Here's one that's been for 45 minutes, not a big deal, but an abandoned vehicle that someone is
in relation.
standing by to have covered.
1821.
So there's 14 of those calls, and as you can tell, it's not terribly busy, but even when it's not busy, the cars are out on a variety of calls. Most of which require some type of report and paperwork. All right, so
The cops and deputies out there feel as bad about people having to wait as the people do almost.
good point. Good point.
Can I get just the numbers on that stolen Pontiac again?
Yeah, hang on. It's, let me see. 534.
534.
Charlie
Okay.
X-Ray Bravo 534, and I'm pretty sure it's white.
Okay.
And we won't mention the suspect's name. I think he's still a juvenile. but we're gonna go over there on the east side. That's where he was seen. But all the squads are out there looking for that car.
Is he wanted for something in addition to the...
He's the one we had a chase up in, the big chase up in New Brighton the other day.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
And he also is involved in several carjackings.
Right.
You know. And there's a silver Silverado that was taken. That lady was pushed out of her car on the east side here just an hour or so ago. And it's a brand new car. She doesn't even have plates on it.
Okay.
And they grabbed her, threw her out of the car, and took her car. So there was a stolen put out on that. It's got a yellow sticker in it. But if you see a silver Silverado.
Okay.
It's not unusual for these kids to steal a car in one city and then go to the other, figuring there's a delay in communication. And there is some delay. But
definitely.
Once it's in the computer, it's accessible.
7130 to 7150.
Yeah, the car thefts and carjackings are just... It's unbelievable the quantity we're having.
Mountain View squads. Mountain View squads to assist Coon Rapids, Silver Lake and Mountain View Boulevard. Coon Rapids, CD is behind us, stolen. Eastbound Mountain View Boulevard. It's Minnesota 912 Romeo Bravo Mike 2014 Nissan Pathfinder.
So there we have a situation where Coon Rapids is following a stolen into our county.
067.
Mounds View Boulevard, I think now is actually County 10.
Hit run at Speedway 717, Snelling.
Well, we're going to turn on two radios. I hate to do that to you, but
1824.
we want to monitor what's going on that central call, even though we're not near central, because chases can easily cover 10 miles in less than 10 minutes.
And that would be Central County as opposed to Central District of St. Paul.
Exactly.
And we've got a rainbow.
Huh. Well, we can see it on our live feed. Here, I'll see
Yeah,
if
we
I can.
can.
See if I can get a better angle on our rainbow. That means something good is going to happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Check that out. Come on. Isn't that an awesome rainbow?
That is beautiful.
The only thing ruining it is that wiper.
Darn uncooperative rain.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see what happens here. Is Coon Rapids on a common frequency?
Don't have one.
LTAC 1. Alright. Well, they're on LTAC 1, which is a common frequency that we can talk to each other, because Coon Rapids has a different radio set, so we'll see if we can position ourselves to be ready. Truthfully, if they chase this car, they move so quickly, they cover so much ground that you always...
Oh, yeah, I got 1423. 1 to 10. I think we got one more person in the car.
1423 copy. Of 1 to 10, possibly one more person in the car. 1826.
Sounds like they got it.
Sounds like the car stopped and they got him. Up in Mounds View. Say hi to these kids here. Hopefully they... How's it going,
Hi,
kids?
you didn't get too wet, did you?
Did you see the rainbow?
Yeah.
Is that amazing or what? That's amazing.
That tells you got a good night coming.
Something good's going to happen. Maybe there's a pot of gold there. What do you think?
Have a nice night.
Yeah, you
Thank
too,
you,
guys.
you too.
Thank you. See, those are the kids that we really need to let know that we're not the negative images that they see on the certain newscasts, you know?
Exactly.
And maybe just give us
we're fine here.
just give us a chance to, you know, earn your trust without having a preconceived notion.
White male in his 40s, 5'9", average build, blue shirt, shorts. Was last seen going eastbound.
All you can do is plant a little seed and have some positive contact and then build off that one contact at a time. But those seem like some really nice kids.
All of the dozen contacts a day that cops have with people that are just absolutely positive aren't newsworthy.
Yeah.
It's
And obviously the horrific death of George Floyd did so much damage to our collective reputations. We're just been distraught about that. So let that gentleman go. Doesn't look like he wants to go, so technically as a driver, if you give up your right of way, you yield it.
You said new Silverado, right?
Yeah, well, it didn't have plates, so.
7130.
Wilder Playground, case in Edgerton.
I'll be escorting a Army Humvee to Unity Hospital. I'm currently at County Road I and Old Central.
An Army Humvee. Someone must have.
I copy escorting the Humvee to Unity Hospital. I heard County Road I, and what was the other street you were on?
Old Central.
Old Central, copy 1829.
Not sure what that was, but that was a little white SUV just went north.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's the same one.
I don't know if the Pontiac was an SUV. It didn't.
Yeah, I know and I know exactly what they look like.
Is there a model on there? Oh.
Yeah. Okay, that's not it.
Okay. Well, looks like the rain is clearing up.
5185 Tango.
See if my prediction comes true.
Yeah, wow.
Can you put that juvenile incident in pending and assign me to the assist?
East Side Pizzeria.
Run, please. I'll be assisting A2.
Pretty popular spot. We've got a pretty good pie.
Magnolias. Anybody in the Porky's lot there? No, not tonight.
Not a soul.
30 squad able to break 1535 Birmingham Street for a lockout. 3-year-old is locked inside a black Honda Accord.
3-year-old locked inside of a car up on Birmingham.
It's accepted.
He had kind of a quick step to him, didn't he? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
3-1 I can break as well. Gonna lock out too.
Cora's Chicken Wings. I
copy.
haven't eaten there for months or maybe a couple of years, but it's supposed to be really awesome.
They are really good. It's a unique style. It's kind of a sticky wing. It's kind of a sweet and a little bit of spicy sauce. They're good.
I think Joe Miller said those were awesome. He told me that once.
You need a lot of napkins when you eat them, though.
So 6:30 on a Wednesday. It's the final of the rush hour. Most people get home sometime by 7. Hey, by the way, we had a little technical malfunction last time in our battery. Well, the power cord got torn out of the power feed, and so we lost the video for that final one late that night. We apologize for that, but we tried our best to recapture it. But apparently if the video loses power mid-video, there's a complex problem that develops. So it said it was going to reboot, but it never really did. So our apologies.
And to me, the absolute worst part of that is that we don't get to review whatever that thing was that dashed in front of us over in Maplewood.
Yeah, that was a strange deal. I mean, I was thinking some night we should go back there and see if it was a shadow. Just so we don't.
5:30. Can you put a DOC in timing,
It
please?
was either a shadow or some entity.
Yeah, I'm hoping it was a shadow.
4th Street. A group gathered at the front doors of the building.
It looked like an entity, but. So we're eastbound on Maryland.
17106.
You're East Siders. I'm starting to think though that
GOA was
a lot of these
17,
suspects
Air
just
183.
monitor where we're at and then they go someplace else.
That could be. But once again, we urge you to surrender.
174 copy, 18726.
Yep.
27 received. 364.
364.
Now we're out at 1365 right there.
Beautiful night.
$29.
Go ahead.
Taking your status.
Go for it.
Could I interest you in a Mountain Dew?
Sure, I love one.
If you would stop wherever you
Yeah.
think, I'd love to grab us a
I've
couple.
only brought water so far, but all I'm doing is, hey, John Thompson's lawn signs there. John Thompson, congratulations. He won the primary election last night with 60% of the vote. He goes on to be the DFL candidate for state rep, and I'm quite confident that John is going to win and serve in the legislature. And as I mentioned, he and I are going to work on improving the culture of law enforcement by expanding some of the hiring practices, but he's got a lot of other goals. I'm sure you'll see an article in the newspaper here
442.
in the next few minutes. And sometimes his son watches this show. I don't know if he watches it this early, because this is the earliest we've ever been on. And, actually a closer race, John. I don't know, it was a closer race than I thought. It was like 1,500 votes to 1,000 votes. And, so
442.
I don't know that.
44.
Congratulations to his opponent, Hong
Be cleared by his
Murphy, who ran. I always appreciate
Hemingway Trail.
people put themselves out there and want to attempt to run for office. Not enough people that are willing really to go through that anymore. It's tough, especially when you got to run every 2 years. I'm just going to run up to Sam's Dairy here first there. Is that okay, Pat?
Absolutely.
Before we get our Mountain Dew?
175.
Absolutely.
Stating that she is
Yeah, I heard there was
was being within 6 meters of that address.
a really good turnout for the primaries.
Yeah, it was amazing. I guess they had more mail-in ballots. More mail-in ballots. Something like 400,000 to 500,000.
That's a lot.
Than they had for all the people that voted 4 years ago.
Holy
The
smokes.
mail-in ballots exceeded the people that voted. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
1836.
Again, this is a BCA. There was a murder here, right here, 2 years ago. Some of the residual hurt and anger is still floating around in the community. Brandon, if you're listening, I'm very sorry for the loss of your brother. That was a terrible thing.
Far too young. A lot of cars here. Oh, longer not.
Well, the rain has obviously driven people inside, but
36.
Do we still use Papa Lock?
pop a lot.
091.
That's the call up on Birmingham. If you can't get it open, we might run up there and see that little 3-year-old in the back seat of the car locked in.
2361.
Get to Otter Lake Road in Tennessee, and for a assist fire, it's going to be at the Nature Center. Caller sees a smoking tree.
I'm guessing that's some members of our department doing their fine job.
3-6, give them a call.
You guys got it covered? You got it covered?
Yeah, can you get an ETA?
Where's your other truck? I didn't know you guys would be here, but keep up the good work, you awesome gang unit. Appreciate you guys.
For a 92-year-old female, conscious breathing with high blood pressure.
How come Sean never drives?
1838.
Is he any good? That's... Yeah, they do an awesome job. They're monitoring down here. Probably,
164.
I think people probably know him when they see him anyhow, but...
164, case number 166.
Yeah, they stay pretty busy there.
Yeah, that's some really great. Look at that guy. He's doing a backward driving contest. What do you think, Pat? How's he doing?
Well, I'll tell you, it's shaky.
Shaky? Let's just see what happens here. 014 Papa Juliet Mike.
64.
By the way, gang unit, thanks for all your work out there. Just keep a lid on things.
Can you put my call back in Penny for a second? Put me on our 699.
How's it going, gentlemen? Oh, so hold up.
Hold on.
Oh, now we're gonna have to go. We have to say hi to these boys a little bit. Little do they know. That's your wife?
Congratulations.
We're just checking them. They were backing up for about 150 feet there.
386.
Oh, there they go. It looks like. How's everyone? Which one's his wife? Which one's his wife? That guy said one of you. Are you his wife? Just stay back. It's cold. Kevin, hey, whose car is this?
I was dropping the
I was
riding in the parking spot.
Yeah. Well, which is fine. Yeah, you can go ahead and go. Here's the one before you go though.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's my fault.
Just calm down. Nobody's going to jail, all right? All right? Just calm down. But here's the thing, okay? You know that backing up long distance and blocking the road, not a huge deal, but that's what drew our attention to you.
It's just hard finding parking.
Yeah, and actually the spot you picked,
I'm not parking right here. I was just seeing what you guys wanted. Right.
We're just checking in. Well, you drove away from us when we were talking.
I was finding parking officer.
Yeah. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just checking, make sure. You know, we get a little crime in these apartments.
Okay.
Not that you guys would ever be involved, but we like to see what's going on. If you wouldn't mind moving that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
We'll do the Salem Boulevard first.
These are apartments in the 1200 block of Hazelwood. Fair amount of activity here.
Always has been.
Yeah. Well, let's run up to that Birmingham call and see if he's got that 3-year-old out of that locked car yet.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It can't be any fun.
809.
Select Dolphin 810 out on a PPP from Market.
Some officers that have these tools they can get in, and some don't.
And I've got a great kit, but of course it's sitting in my vehicle, not with us.
And the thing is, there are some times that when we use these car openers, we dislodge the mechanics inside the door. and then the lock doesn't work properly. So the departments have gotten away from using them as often. That's why he was trying to call for some additional assistance. So that's Barkley. I know Birmingham's off to our left here a few blocks, right? We're going to 1500 block. I just think I'd go up to Arlington and then find it.
Sounds good. Oh, what's Popalock? Is that a service?
Yeah, it must be a service, yeah. Bob Vusen Company Insurance. Bob's been a great supporter of law enforcement.
386.
386.
I think we're going this way, aren't we?
You can cancel
Yep.
the other car.
We didn't work east side
I
much.
think so.
Okay.
Could be the other way. We'll know here shortly.
Pretty sure this is right in the next block or two, I think.
Barkley, Manton, Birmingham, I think. But
I think you're right.
it's Winchell first. What do we got here? Birmingham.
Here we go.
As you can see, we're
4483. Clear report.
within the speed limit according to the sign.
4483, copy 8244.
There's the squad up there. Too bad we didn't bring our tools.
Yeah.
At least it's not hot out. Did he get him out yet?
My car doesn't work with this older. Can't open it with the thing we have.
Slim Jim? Yeah, the Slim Jim.
Runaway bear, 844.
Well, you got enough experience. You ought to be able to figure out how to get in that car, huh?
You know, it's one of those new cars you can't use the. Hey, Pat.
Hi, John.
You can't use the
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim. It doesn't work.
Well, let us take a peek. Is he called Popalock or what?
Popalock is not available.
So what's the plan?
She's got her family member coming with a spare key.
Oh, that's good. How long is that going to take?
She said an hour. She also called her insurance company.
Is the 3-year-old sleeping?
She's comfortable.
7106.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Pat.
Hi, good. How are you, John?
106.
7106.
Just advising, we have another medical located at 8111 Eastwood Road for 79-year-old male. Conscious breathing, feeling faint. Would you like me to see if medics can advise?
Affirmative, thanks.
You're welcome, 1845. Check the area for a DOC 448 University. It was two white males that took a parking meter in front of the address. Left in a maroon SUV with no plates, left seen eastbound University. Both white males in their 20s, 6 feet average build.
Received, no advice.
At 1846.
174.
174.
Squad 3-3.
3-3.
You change my call to an AGP, declare it Morgan plan, and send us a pending.
Received at the top occupant and book complaint 147 Mariah. Colors booked by a pit bull. I don't know where it is now.
Copy. Is animal control on?
Negative.
Copy.
Station 47.
Michael, you think you can get in that car or what?
373.
373.
You sent me that call. I was on again, and they were using a change to an APD.
Well, the They tried the Slim Jim already.
Advise, ignore 39.
Yep.
1847.
Yep. What about how much scratching is put on?
A3.
You can disregard A2. I copy error. Taking the phone call request, another harassment report at 1847.
Hold on a second here.
$51.85 Tango Lobby Clear Report. 1848.
One 74 is on scene.
1848.
Oh, I just saw that. It's the ATM. It looks like there's Brink Security was just getting done with the ATM.
Copy Brink Security appears to be just getting done with the ATM at 1848.
Three 373.
373.
I'll be out with that lady at 1483 Hazelwood.
Copy with female 143 Hazelwood.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. The metal, but you're still going to have a little bit of scratch. If you got the key, but have it ready as an alternative. All right. Officer, you're doing a fine job. Doing a fine job. So, yeah, give her, make sure she calls back if something happens that changes it. All right, thanks. So, she's got a key coming from a relative. One of our viewers offered to come and help, and I think he probably would get in the car. He's very good at that, but the problem is he might do a little scratching. That car doesn't have much scratching on it. And anytime you insert a tool along that seam, the 3-year-old's doing great. No examples of stress. Obviously, if there was any stress or some crying, the officer would resort to more extreme means to get in the car.
Right.
But the mom and the owner of the car wants to wait for her mom to bring the key, so he'll be there for make sure everything's okay.
Well, I'd say go get my tool, but by the time we got to the LEC and back, she'd probably be there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, one of our viewers offered to come down. She told me I don't want to scratch my car, so and then it's completely up to her. And the baby looks fine inside there.
809.
All right, so
Can you clear this and report March 810?
back to the east side. Oh, we got to get a Mountain Dew. Good thinking.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedy. So,
47 copy.
do we want to go in and get it, or we want to just go drive through?
I'll go in and get them.
Male coordinated please describe the black male, this 45 average criminal wearing a black shirt, brown shorts, and black mask.
I need one too.
Is that Walgreens back open?
1852.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe as long as we're up to this side, that Super America right here at White Bear and Larpenteur, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be cleared if
Late night spot, but there won't be any lines. So that type of call, you can see that's a pretty normal type call. We're out there to just end up helping people that are desperate, and cops are doing helpful work like that pretty much every day, all day long.
Is there anyone at team or near team that can go to 4?
Our deputies, as I mentioned, our deputies out in patrol are. You're all good there? My beard's coming along good, huh? Really looking sharp. See ya.
Still can't get used to that.
Yeah, it's a different world.
Yeah, the St. Paul just changed their policy to allow facial hair within the last, few months?
Yeah, when I came back as sheriff, it was a big issue. It had temporarily been approved.
Male and female by the Jarvis Park entrance, 1853.
Well, before...
69. Male talking in the background with...
We got a lot of calls.
530 York.
The call flow started to pick up.
Address disconnected. Male and female arguing in the background. Call back. Said told them to get away from her. Disconnected again. Yelling at someone about harassment.
Channel 3. Anyhow, my point about the beards is I'm more of a traditional person, so I didn't
Just be advised, per previous OSP violation calls, the address
didn't really sound. Can't get through there. I wasn't excited about either, but here's what I found out that
364 clear, 650.
That people, it's a softer image, and we needed to improve the image of our softness, and actually the public finds police officers and deputies with beards to be more approachable.
I was going to use that same word. That's what I would guess.
Yeah. So,
I think County's going to be out with those parties at Lake Jarvis County Park.
So that's why I approved them. Beards.
Someone was yelling at somebody else about harassment.
You know the address?
It was 530 York.
530 York. Got some serious road blockage out here in Maplewood, Minnesota.
Yeah, there is. You really have to weave your way around.
What was the call on Prosperity there that those two cars were at?
Three and six.
Not finding it.
You can clear this out. Assisted with Sheriff Fletcher and retired St. Paul PD.
There, Pat Scott got a mention on the St. Paul radio. Can't beat that, Pat.
Well, there's some people saying, geez, I thought we got rid of him.
A lot of cars out.
Yeah, there are.
$44.47 a month.
Aldrich Arena.
64.
So I saw my first hockey game. I think I mentioned that before in 62 or 63.
When you get a chance, can I even call Dana, please?
Johnson High School playing there, the infamous Shattuck, Groupie, and Hughes line.
Thank you. You do 7.
It's pretty amazing. Haney Rental. Rented a lot of stuff from these guys. Highly recommend them. Good people.
9133. Medical.
Haney Rental.
If you can't find it there, it probably doesn't exist. You don't do that sugar-free stuff, do you?
No.
Okay,
And if you don't mind, can you just get a 1 pack of Twinkies? Just 1 pack of Twinkies.
I was going to surprise you.
Oh, that's fine.
286.
And the other thing, I had never really seen the Woody Harrelson zombie movie, but somebody sent me a couple of the Woody Harrelson clips in Zombieland, I think it was. Turns out he's a big Twinkie fan too.
Yes, he
He
is.
went after the last Twinkie left. So yeah, if you ever get a chance, Google YouTube Woody Harrelson Twinkies. Woody Harrelson Twinkies. There's some good, some funny videos.
It's pretty funny.
Good to know I'm in good company. So Mountain Dew and a Twinkie. Are you gonna go for Fountain Pop?
I was going to get...
Can you get me a fountain?
You want a Fountain Dew?
It's always got a little...
Fountain Dew. Hey,
Fountain Dew.
play on
Fountain
words.
Dew. There you go. We might stop out to the patrol division too here, because the patrol division out in Shoreview is having some burgers cooked. Get some real food on the way too. Thanks, Donnie Rindle, Sergeant Rindle, for letting us know. While we're here, I just got some. I'll take a look at some of the text to 651-448-3810. 448-3810.
Didn't run Hazelwood and Sherwood.
So, questions about encryption. I'm not a fan of encryption.
To make a difference.
Not a fan of encryption. We have several channels that are encrypted. We can always go to an encrypted channel. But I just think in terms of accountability...
Injuries. It's going to be northbound 35 west. 2-vehicle crash.
Hang on.
It's going to be at mile marker 25. I'm showing that north of County Road D Delta. Callers of passerby not involved. Crashes between exits 25 and 26. Northbound. Fires being advised.
I just think the ability for the public to have information about what's going on in their community is critically important.
91.
Just looking at a message here. All right, so that's why I'm not a fan of encryption. I think it's important.
The group is mostly back at Aurora, McCubbin, St. Paul. Strike 1 and Strike 2 and myself will be clear. If you got a CN for this car procession, you can mark that advised.
Copy 1900.
So I got want to wish Jim Shaletto a happy birthday. Or Jill, pardon me, Jill Shaletto. Happy birthday, Jill Shaletto. Your friend says you're the best. And thank you for letting her know about this program. She works at Freeway Towing, I think. Freeway Towing. Jill Shaletto, we're going to try to get a stolen for you to haul away. Thanks so much. Caller wants to know why the calls hold. The calls are in holding because there's just not enough cars on the streets to go handle all the calls. Let me see. Yeah, I got a request for Ron Nafla and Ty Sheridan to be the ride-along partner from Victoria. Those are both great commanders. Ron Nafla brought him out of retirement. Ty Sheridan's been here for years.
656 Parkway. It's marked an impromptu assault. 3 females and 1 male are in a vehicle throwing bricks at each other.
Oh, here's one I want to answer. Don Husengay. Yes. I worked with Don Husengay when I got assigned to the A1 team. He was on the day shift. I was on midnights. I'd see him every single morning. Wonderful, wonderful guy, that Don Husengay. Officer, he just, let me just see what, used to walk the beat. Yeah, he was out there on the street all the time. And I know Brian Coyle, who I coached football at Hamlin, ended up being married to his daughter for a period of time. So this person says he's his uncle. But both Brian Coyle, of course, became a commander at St. Paul Police Department, did an awesome job. Like I said, I coached him in football. He was one of the only players ever to win the Jerry Smith Award for Courage twice. So, but I just can't say enough good things about Don Husengay, Officer Don Husengay, and some of the great memories that I had working with him. Got some people from outstate saying they're appreciating the show. I don't have any more information on the assaults down there on Pinehurst. I'm working on getting that. Hopefully that case will get solved. Got a request to stop by a couple places. We might do that later on. We'll try to stop by the Best Sober House on the east side. Thank you for all your work. Yeah, John Christensen, thank you very much, John. Thanks for the reminder about... Oh, pants back in. No. My wife texted me and said I should have been happy with just the bottle pop, but any connoisseur of Mountain Dew will tell you that, yes, the bottled Mountain Dew is good, the can's okay, but the fountain pop is something special.
Hey, 196, brain spot copy. How long do you need?
Oh. Had to wet my whistle there, Pat.
Hit the spot.
I did. And they're having some, we might grab a burger out at the patrol station here. They're cooking burgers outside out there.
Oh, nice.
And it'd be good for our viewers to see our patrol station.
Driving away southbound on West 10. However, there's still females standing on the corner.
Great deputies working patrol.
Striped tank top with black pants.
Yeah, very proud of the department we have. Like I said, we get some of the fewest number of complaints, well, the fewest number per capita of any department in the state of Minnesota. 250 sworn deputies, another 200 correctional officers. And the Minnesota Peace Officers sorry, I'm choking on the Twinkie. It's that sponge cake. They keep track of all the complaints. I don't know if you saw the story on the complaints at the Minneapolis Police Department, but so some of them didn't get turned into complaints. But just it is the Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Act. There requires persons to make a signed complaint. So if you do have a complaint, I think your door is open. If you do have a complaint and you call, they'll take your information, but they generally will send you a document in the mail to sign. So the sergeant can certainly counsel the person on if they're acting in a way you didn't think was appropriate. But if you want an official complaint registered that is potentially results in discipline, you have to sign a complaint. And that's right in state law.
Copy, thank you. 1906.
That bridge we just went under, you know, I'm gonna do a U-turn real quick. Hold on, Pat. I gotta show you the bridge.
2481.
I'll tell you, there's different crimes that haunt your past experience.
I'll give him a call.
But this bridge at Gateway Trail over White Bear Avenue,